What's up, baseball world? Welcome along to another edition of Jays Talk with Jay. The Jays are currently sitting 3-3, 3 losses, 3 wins, and the whole of the Jays community seems to have gone a little bit crazy. 2 games have passed, obviously 2 games against Texas, both lost. Tanner Roark, I'd rather not talk too much about him. He doesn't look very good. I personally would like them to make a change straight away. He wasn't great last season. He hasn't started off well. And I think your starting pitcher breeds confidence in the rest of the team, and it's blatantly clear there's no confidence in him whatsoever anywhere on the field. So I think that Mr. Roark, as you guys like to pronounce it, I think he needs to be. I think he needs to be gone. Ship him out. Let him become a fisherman or something. Because I don't know, man. Like I don't see him getting any better. Like he's going to cost us games, and it's just going to bring negativity all around. And I'm going to talk a lot about negativity today. I don't think there's a huge point talking about the games as such too much. 2 very disappointing losses for different reasons. Obviously the pitching issue with Roark, so I think we'll just push that to one side. Yesterday, totally different story. Look, Ryu pitched really well, and he's unlucky. He's unlucky not to come away with something, really. The bats, they're just not quite on fire at the moment, and they haven't quite heated up. And it's like one or 2 hitters are doing okay, and then everyone else is silent. And then the next day, it seems like 1 or 2 others are kind of okay, but everyone else is silent. Charlie said something in his interview post game yesterday, and he basically said that not everyone's peaking at the right time, and I think that's right. I'm not too worried about anything I've seen apart from Roark and his pitching. Everything else has kind of been okay. A couple of things I want to touch on. Vladdy's defensive error in collecting the ball, I can't remember what inning it was now, where he lets the ball come to him, and I haven't seen or read anything on it, but here's my take. He had a couple of plays in the Yankee series where he reached for the ball, ended up coming off the bag, and a base runner ended up being on rather than being out. I think that it was been playing on his mind, and he's obviously been trying to, in his head, maybe not reach for the ball as much, and I think that's why that happened yesterday. So whereas he's been reaching for the ball, I think yesterday he decided let the ball come to him so that he stays on the bag, because he's been conscious of what's happened, and I think that that's possibly what happened. And I'm not going to put him down for that. Is it a mistake? Yeah, it's a mistake because it should have been an out. But consciously, he's aware that he's been coming away from the bag, which obviously has caused us a problem. So I think that he's learning from his mistakes, which is good. Now he's just got to find the balance between where he should come a little bit for it, not wait for it to be behind him before he tries to glove it. So I think that that's there, and I think that people have been harsh on Vladdy. Like, I've heard and read things. Vladdy can't do this. Vladdy can't do that. He's not very good at this. He's not very good at that. Look, the guy's still young. Leave him alone. He's going to be our marquee player for years to come. Don't get on his back. Stop putting him down. Stop putting the rest of the team down, unless it's Tanner Roark. And that's where I want to go with this. Today's episode isn't going to be a huge, long, drawn out, oh, where are we going right, where are we going wrong. It's 6 games in, people. Get a grip. There's no reason to be worried. There's no, look, 2 days ago, I was jumping up and down because I thought we were the best thing since sliced bread. English saying, not sure you say that in Canada, so please forgive me. But yeah, we looked good. We looked good against the Yankees at the times. All right, we didn't break out. We didn't score 15 or 20 runs. Like, come on, guys, it ain't cricket. There will be games where the pitchers do get the better hand. You can't hit the ball out of the park every time you swing the bat. It's just not happening. And you guys should know this. And you know who else should know it? These professional pundits. That's right. I'm coming down. Forget the TV broadcast. I'm trying not to listen to them or watch them. I do like the guys. However, the guys on the radio, and I'm talking about you, Jays Talk, fake Jays Talk. That's right. I listened to Goldberg and Barker on their podcast from yesterday, after the game. I listened to it today, and I listened to it properly, and I am sick of your voices already. I'm going to be honest. I've never heard so much negative crap come out of two people's mouths than what I heard. And Goldberg wasn't as bad, but Barker, boy oh boy, seriously, what you want? I get it. You're not a huge name. You're not that superstar player. But come on, man, it's a Canadian team. There is only one Canadian team. And we're 6 games into the season, yet you seem to think that it's over, they're not going to make the playoffs. It's like, dude, you don't inspire a nation. So do you know what? Go and join Rourke on that boat and start fishing. I'm being serious. I listened to it and I was getting more and more annoyed as I listened, and you guys were on for way too long. Seriously, there's no need for you guys to be talking that amount of rubbish for that long. You could say the same about me. That's your opinion. This is my opinion. This is my Jays Talk. And I'm saying this now. Let's get behind them. Let's try and look at the positives. And there have been plenty of positives. Ryu pitched great yesterday. And the guys that came out of the bullpen pitched great yesterday. Some of our hitting was okay. At one point we loaded the bases. Look, that game could have been totally different. It wasn't meant to be, and that's fine. You know why it's fine? Because we're not in September drastically needing wins to get a wild card spot. It's 6 games in. Now, a lot of other people like to talk numbers. I'm trying to not talk numbers with you guys. You're all capable of going on Google or MLB.com or whatever and seeing what the numbers are. We know the numbers at the moment aren't great. Average wise, 1 or 2 of them are looking pretty dreadful. We know the players that are struggling at the moment. Rowdy Tellez is having a problem. He's having an issue. We get it. But you know what? Let's throw him back in there because he can't stay hitless forever. And once he gets that first hit, hopefully that's the start to things to come. Springer's now out for, I don't know, I haven't read any news today on Springer, so I'm guessing that he's still out at least minimum a few days. So let's get Telly some bats, let's see what happens, and let's take it from there. But let's look at the positives. Positives are pitching's been good, bullpen's been amazing, you can't knock it, and some of the hitting has been good. We were all talking about how Vladdy was hitting 500 in the Yankee series. We've only played 3 games since, and his average has just dropped a bit. There are a lot of positives, and you guys need to stay positive. I really believe in this team, and I think that these guys on the Fan 590 giving their opinions. Look, we don't care. Well, maybe you do care, but I certainly don't. Especially when it's this early on in the season. To say that they're not going to make the playoffs, that's like saying Oakland aren't going to make the playoffs because they haven't won a game all season. Look, you don't know what's going to happen. You go on a run, 10, 15 games. This isn't a short season. This is a full season this year. There's plenty of time to lose. There's plenty of time. We've only lost 2 games back to back. We're 3-3. So come on, people, let's get it together, especially you guys on the radio, because you're leading. You should be leading by example. And for me, that kind of nonsense is not needed. And if you want to be that negative about a team, like I said, one Canadian team in the whole of the country, get a grip, sort it out. And if that really is your opinion and you've got no faith in this team, then maybe you should speak to your employers. Just a thought. Massively looking forward to the homestand against the Angels. I'm going to stay up for tonight's game. Doesn't start till midnight, but who cares, man? It's a first home game. I expect there to be a huge amount of runs. I'd be disappointed if there's not. It's not a big field. Hitting the ball out of the park should be pretty easy for these guys, especially with the amount of power we have in our team. So let's hope they can hone in, they can get in the zone, and we can see an exciting game. Look, I don't mind if we lose by a run. Like, the effort's there, whether it be on the pitching side and we lose 2-1, or if we lose a game 10-8. I just want to see the enthusiasm and I want to see the effort. And at the moment, I think we're getting that. We're just not getting. It's just not falling for us at the minute. People talking about defensive errors and mishaps. Forget it. This is a young team, especially the infield. They're all kind of moving around. Yesterday, they all kind of moved around. Like, you've got to understand that, and you've got to understand where we are. Day 6 of 162. You do the math. We're 3-3. So that's where I am. Looking forward to the homestand. Gonna have a special guest on my show on Sunday. I will let you know who that is on Saturday. So if you're intrigued to know who it is, you're gonna have to keep watching, because I'm not telling you who it is. But the guy knows his stuff. We've been talking quite a bit, and we're finally going to do this Sunday night. So after the homestand, after the last game against the Angels, we'll be recording, and it will be up at some point that evening as well. As always, massive shouts to all of you guys that are hitting me up and chatting. Nice, friendly community that's out there regarding the Blue Jays, and you've all made me feel welcome, so I appreciate that. Hit me up on the socials, on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere else. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow YouTube, dinging bells as always. And also, don't forget, if you are consuming your podcast over on Spotify, Apple Music, make sure you like, subscribe. Again, I'm not too sure what happens there. But slowly, numbers are building, and that's down to you guys. So I appreciate that, and I thank you. And I'll be back, who knows, maybe tomorrow. Definitely Saturday, definitely Sunday, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Go Jays, go!